Now, I love investigating things, and we all know this too well. So today we're talking about a cold case, one that seemed to slip under the radar for years despite being between two absolutely huge YouTubers at the time. The year was 2015.
These nuts.
We had plateaued at our futuristic technological breakthroughs.
What is that, bro?
On a minor app called Vine, a user by the name of Bismol Cheshire Fox had begun uploading videos. While insignificant at the time, her popularity would skyrocket. Along with other creators like Vixen, Dunk, Spaltmo and many others, continued the small community known as the Furry Vine group. Bismol in particular became amazing friends with Boltmon, slowly working her way up the food chain. Then as Vine came to an end, Bismol shortened to Busy, did what every other furry did and migrated to YouTube, finding a lot of success there too. Things were looking up for Busy. Things seemed to continue as normal. Then suddenly, poof. At a similar time there was also a separate furry starting just as Vine ended. Bliss the Wolf, an extremely well-known fursuit dancer from Sydney, Australia. Their likeness being used in every furry Vine thumbnail across YouTube. Both grew quite large on YouTube, but it would eventually come crashing down in 2017 when both would disappear. Whatever happened was concealed amazingly, and their disappearance was so sudden that in 2020 people were still asking what happened to them. Let's start investigating, shall we? The investigation began by searching through YouTube, scrubbing and scouring, and I found absolutely nothing. From Bismol, that was. But one creator was actually still talking about this huge incident, a random channel by the name of Hollaback Girls. And to say that they milked into oblivion is actually quite true. They've made about 4 to 5 videos about Busy, but only one actually speaks about said incident, and this is it.
Busy, or ex-Bismol X, has been accused by various people, or not really accused, proven by various people to be having a relationship with a person who is a minor, while Busy is an adult. This person is 16 while Busy is 20.
That was only 1 minute video, all links will be linked down below, but I then moved over to Instagram where I found this. This page was known as Awares and Bewares, made a post detailing all that happened back in 2018. Now you may be asking, what did Bismol actually do? Well, Busy was 21 years old and begun dating Bliss, who was 16 years old. Some sources even say that Bliss may have allegedly been 14 when they begun having any sort of intimate relationship. The original poster of all of this stuff was almost silenced completely by the lawyers of Busy and threatened by Bismol herself. Bliss, on the other hand, just faded out of reality, now simply being nothing but a discarded Twitter account. This video was going to simply explain all of the allegations regarding the YouTube, Busy and Bliss's illegal relationship, but while editing this I downloaded a video from a Furry Vine compilation to use instead of strictly being Overwatch gameplay, but in this video I found every bit of evidence I ever needed. The person who originally came out against Busy, the person who had been informed about all of this and mentioned in our talks about a possible video showing Busy, a 21-year-old, and Bliss, a 16-year-old, dry humping, which was uploaded to Vine. This was thought to be lost during the ether when Busy purged her Vine, and it honestly shouldn't have come back up, but by the chance of God I actually managed to find it. Now this is Bliss here, age 16. This is Bliss here, age 16, and Busy, age 21. This was when they first met in California for 2017. Plus, the compilation I found clip was from September 2017, so this fits the timeline. The next video, or next clip, is a bit more promiscuous. This to me is almost complete evidence that Busy and Bliss were in an intimate relationship by the time of all of this. So this would have been completely illegal across America due to the fact Busy would fall out of the Goldilocks zone laws in certain states have. Now you may be asking, how do we actually know that they were together at this time? Well, in 2016 Bliss put out a tweet where responding to something detailing their age, 15. So if they're 15 in 2016, 1 year later we see multiple tweets detailing their new relationship and even an anniversary in this time. This would make Bliss 16 and Busy from the age range of 20 to 21 years old, and allegedly some sources are even saying that they begun their relationship well before this, and Bliss may have even been 14 at the time. And I later got to speak to someone more associated with the situation. Them being associated with Busy in the past, I felt like they've had the most experience with this, and they detailed to me about videos the California Busy dry humping Bliss, and later told me the horrors that they'd witnessed at their AD account. Videos were sent to the FBI and nothing more seemed to come from this, and apparently Busy had also been lying regarding Bliss. Apparently Bliss was 14 during their first encounter, and was told the relationship was between 16 and 20. And this is all alleged, of course, but the most disgusting fact about all of this is that the fact that they lied about breaking up, and it's very much possible that they're still together now. This is actually, honestly, all of this is actually disgusting, but unfortunately this is where the case ran dry. But it did have a massive effect on what happened with her and her YouTubers. When called out, Majira and other YouTubers deleted and purged almost every single video featuring her. They were alerted to the fact that they were facilitating a paedophile and allowing them to have a platform. But now, let's move on. As I said in my previous part, we're speaking about stuff that took place in 2017, a bit of a history lesson for anyone who forgot the political war that raged from 2016 to 2019, with everything else that happened in this time frame. Busy's case of being a legitimate paedophile went completely under the radar. And it's kind of humorous, don't you think, in a fandom filled with people who purely care about cancelling each other, they allow an actual paedophile to escape and continue living under the shadow of the furry fandom. We see this a lot. Glitch, the furry YouTuber, done the same after being called out later in 2020, and if you hide from Twitter long enough, you can really do anything. This will be its own video on its own, but it's something that I very find interesting. That in an era where people get pissed at basic furry jokes, that they allow paedophiles to roam free in the furry fandom. The hypothesis I've also unfortunately found is that the world has a complete bias towards female predators. As such, they are likely to get reduced sentences toward male offenders, which isn't completely right at all. And it truly shows you how people can overlook shit like this. And the reason why nobody knows what happened to Bliss and Busy is purely because normally when something like this happens, there's a huge exchangements of statements, videos, words and tweets. But Bismol, nothing. No tweet acknowledging it even happened. Just a few scattered people who are remaining to talk about this day.